Welcome to the Conspiracy Cast, the show right here at Tales of Earth, where me, Gary, and a guest, which is Andy or Dan, or today, my own father, sit down and discuss a conspiracy. Gary does some bare bones research on the internet, finds some interesting facts, presents it to us, and we all sit here and take the facts that are on the internet and decide if we believe it, if we don't believe it, do we already have information, how could people believe it, and we condemn the lizard people.
Oh, you decided that we're just going to condemn the lizard people.
Yeah, they're not a thing.
No, you have to befriend them.
No, I'm gonna
yes, you do.
Yes.
Yeah. If you want to be in any position of power in life, you got to be.
I have a pocket full of flies.
You're a lizard person.
I'm a lizard person.
You confirm it every episode.
We do film this show live on twitch.tv/eligiblemonster every Monday at about 2 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to join into the behind-the-scenes shenanigans where my own father wouldn't let me start my show for about 5 minutes, then come and join us live. So,
why is it always my fault?
well, first because your
It is
mic's not
always
close
your-
enough.
Mike's not close enough.
Yeah.
Look, hey. It's supposed to be about a foot from your mouth. And you're supposed to be aimed into it. So, since you're looking at me, angle your mic in this manner,
Foot's too far.
so you're speaking into it.
This is
Yes.
good length.
Huh? That's about a foot, Gary. What do you,
It's not a foot. That is not a foot.
that is a foot.
That's like 6 inches, maybe.
See, this is a foot.
I knew that was
Okay.
coming.
What?
Now you know how Natalie feels.
So today's conspiracy, guys, is Stargate. The idea behind Stargate. The
Does it have
concept.
Richard Dean Anderson?
Every Stargate conspiracy theory does. Yeah, actually have Richard Dean Anderson. He's accompanied by Christopher Judge and Michael Shanks and Amanda Tapping.
That's because he's a disguised lizard person.
I thought he was MacGyver.
Richard Dean Anderson?
Yes.
No.
I could see that. Dude, I could totally see that. Of all the people, he's a lizard person.
Why? Yes. So you don't get upset about Richard Dean Anderson being a lizard person.
No, it's totally cool.
That's totally cool.
Because he has a Stargate, so it makes sense where he
So
came from.
there's this idea. There's this theory that the series Stargate or the movie or the whole idea behind Stargate and pop culture is actually based on a real Stargate project or a series of projects or just this idea that we have had access to other worlds through portals or gateways or wormholes or whatever. But it's that information has been kept from us, that it's like top secret or whatever, or lost to time. That's one theory as well. But that the idea behind the Stargate franchise is actually based in reality.
Now, hold on. You showed me the Stargate movie when I was a kid.
Yes.
Do you like Stargate? Did you ever watch the show SG-1?
That's a long time ago, but yes.
So you've seen the show.
Yeah.
You've seen the movie. Mm-hmm. Okay. I just want to make sure you know what the
you know
Stargate
what we're
is.
talking about. Yeah.
He's a little old. He's a little senile.
Yeah.
He's only 45, shockingly.
38.
Yeah, he's only 4 years older than me. You okay, Gary?
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm all right.
It's my, math. I need some fingers. It's my 28th anniversary of being 28.
Huh. That's a good way of looking at it.
Gary, you seem
Where are
so
we?
off your rocker today with my
no,
dad there.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're
It's
not being
fine.
yourself. You're like...
But we're also talking a lot about your dad, so it's fine.
Why are
But
we
you know
talking
my
about
dad.
me?
We were talking about Stargate and whether or not he knows what it is, and then he started doing math.
So why don't you
And
explain
then-
what the movie is real quick, Gary, before we go
So
off?
yes, the idea behind Stargate is that there's literally this gate that you can walk through and go to other planets. In the simplest terms, that is what it is. If you've never seen the movie or the shows or anything. Now, the TV show itself actually kind of addressed this idea that the idea behind Stargate was based on reality in their 200th episode or throughout the series, where somebody discovered the Stargate program, so they made a TV show about it, and they basically said the Air Force basically said, okay, yeah, go along with the TV show, make the TV show about our program, make the TV show, because we can point to it if any information leaks about the program.
Right. Oh, it came from that show.
It came from that show. So
Yes.
anytime somebody brings it up and says, hey, our government has this top secret, space
Yes.
program. It's called
So
the
you-
Stargate
right.
program.
So you have a television show
Right.
and movie
Yes.
that they can just say, oh, no, see, that's all fantasy.
Right.
It's not real.
Yeah, it's plausible deniability.
Right.
And they even say it in the show.
Yes.
So
If-
you weren't
if
here
there was
for
a
last
TV show
week's
about
conspiracy,
this, yeah.
but almost every one of the conspiracy, we did top 10 space conspiracies
Yes.
with Gary, and almost every single one of them was like a TV show premise.
Yes.
Well, it's genius.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. I mean, how else would you like hide that kind of information in plain sight? In fact, that's the best way to hide
Right.
it sometimes. So I started doing a little digging on this idea of a real Stargate program, and I found 3 different concepts
Okay.
that fall in line with this. One, we've actually talked about this a little bit before, kind of relates to remote viewing.
Right.
So we've talked about this Stargate program, which is not like it is in the TV show.
Could you explain remote viewing again for viewers
Yes.
who may not have seen the
Remote-
original?
yes.
And my senile father.
For me.
Sure. Remote viewing
Going
is this
remote.
idea that someone can psychically connect to a distant person or area
Okay.
or alien species
Right.
or even time.
Yes.
So you could remote view within your own mind a specific time or place
Yes.
or person.
Yes.
Now,
And it is actually separate from astral projection, apparently.
yes, it
Yes.
is separate from astral projection.
It's a
That
different
is- that
theory
is
of
where
almost
you-
the same exact results.
Yes, that is where you literally physically project yourself somewhere else. This is more of a like a fly on the wall kind of projection. So, founded in 1978. I need my glasses
Why'd you take them off 2 seconds ago?
because my head hurt. Founded in 1978 as a small Army intelligence unit at, actually this comes from CometTV.com. The article is Uncovering the Government's Real Stargate Program. Founded in 1978 as a small Army intelligence unit at Fort Meade, Maryland, the project's main goal was to locate and exploit people with psychic powers in order to use them as spies. They planned to do this via remote viewing, which is the process of psychically observing events happening elsewhere, sometimes very far away in real time, often by hijacking the mind of someone who's at the location. The project also researched other supposed psychic abilities, such as psychokinesis, psychometry, telepathy, and ESP, dowsing, and even clairvoyance. And its officially stated purpose was as follows. And this is an official government document we're talking about here. Its statement is to provide an overview on remote viewing, focusing on definitions, operations, management, participation, benefits, primary and secondary methodologies, categories of taskings, types of targets, and operational methodology. So the whole project, the Stargate project, was about understanding remote viewing and possibly using it to our advantage, to the advantage of the U.S. The program went by a number of names during its near 2-decade run, and it started life as the oddly named Gondola Wish program, and
Ooh.
then became.
I don't know if I like or hate that name.
Yeah, it's pretty odd.
Gary, would you like to come
just,
to the gondola with me?
I just imagine
the
it,
gondola
like,
wish.
I imagine a unicorn hanging out on
Yes.
on a gondola. I don't know. And then became.
He shoots a beam from the unicorn, and that's how he pilots the gondola.
What?
Okay.
Have you? I know we haven't had 3 beers yet. Did you get some of that whiskey from us?
Oh,
too?
yeah, I'm into that. I'm watching it. I'm looking at it right
Yeah,
over
I,
there.
I had some. It's like contact drunkenness. I don't know. Okay, so the program went by many different names. Another one was Grill Flame, Inscom Center Lane, Sunstreak, and then finally in 1981, Stargate. So it wasn't always called the Stargate program. The program has its roots in the early 70s when research into psychic spies began thanks to rumors that the Soviet Union was making progress with their own psychic spy program, and the U.S. didn't want to fall behind in the psychic race. And while the program would receive millions of dollars in funding over the years, it was always controversial among many in the government who were lucky enough to know of its existence. You seem like you want to say something.
Psychic race. So we had the
Yes.
space race,
The space
Yes.
race.
the arms race,
Yes.
and the psychic race.
Yes.
That would be an amazing comic line. Yeah.
Were you aware of the
Basically.
psychic race?
I'm not allowed to say anything about that.
So basically, what we learned is there's a rumor. Okay, so a rumor that the Soviets might have psychic spies.
Right.
And then we dump millions of dollars into this program
To
trying
make psychics.
to like home grow psychics. Yes.
Home grow them.
Yes. Well, they apparently they also poached potentially psychic people from the public, and so they would bring them into this program. So they weren't all military.
Okay.
They would hear rumors or try to find out if anybody in the public is psychic, and they'd try to bring them in.
That's the weirdest. Join the psychic race. Join the psychic corps.
No.
Related to psyops.
No, it was on your tax form. It was just a few questions you need to fill out.
Oh, to use it. Can
Right.
you read the minds of others? Can you
Yes.
telekinetically move things? That's a word.
Telekinetically.
Telekinetically.
The program was bounced around between defense-related government agencies over the years before being sent to the CIA in 1995, who quickly canceled it after their evaluation found it to be without merit, or maybe that's just what they want us to think. So that's basically the psychic Stargate program.
Okay.
Our government got wind that the Soviets may have had psychics, so we spent millions of dollars and decades trying to homegrow psychics.
One, do we think this is still happening?
This has been declassified.
So we legit know this
We
happened.
legitimately know this happened, yes.
Okay, then let me ask you this, because you're old. How do you feel to know that your government has been spending your tax dollars to create psychics in the psychic race?
Lord, don't even get me
Millions of
started.
dollars. Millions.
Millions of your
Millions.
tax
Of
dollars
my tax dollars, yes.
have been making psychics.
Yes.
How do you
Trying
I got
to make
rejected,
psychics.
so I'm pretty pissed.
To become a psychic?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you can't talk about it because you got rejected, so you don't really know anything. That's what you're saying.
Well, that's
right?
usually
That's
how I
basically
go
what
through
you're
life,
saying, yeah.
not really knowing anything.
So remote viewing and the Stargate program, there's a lot related in terms of like interstellar discoveries. There's a story of a man, I don't know how else to say it. This guy involved in the Stargate program at whatever it was called at the time.
Richard Dean Anderson?
Not Richard Dean Anderson.
Richard Dean Anderson the first.
What?
I got you. It was actually MacGyver.
Could remote
Who's
view,
Richard Dean Anderson?
Could remote view?
He's trying. He's trying.
Planets.
He's going to get through it.
Some people have even claimed.
He's gotten good at this.
Some people have even claimed that alien races can communicate with them psychically. That people can psychically project their minds to like other worlds. So this is more of a psychic Stargate concept.
Okay. So it's not like a physical gate per se.
Not yet. We're getting there.
Oh,
this is
my
one
bad.
of mainly three ideas
Okay.
related to this Stargate program. So this idea.
So it's the idea of remote projection using psychics to create almost
Yes.
a Stargate for them to be
Yes.
able to go to different worlds. I
Right,
mean,
exactly.
I feel like that's a merger of like 4 of our conspiracy theories.
Oh, it is. And it all revolves around lizard people. I didn't
No!
know about that.
Yes.
They're not a thing.
Lizard people.
This
They are a thing.
now the idea behind a Stargate. So
Is
if
Mom a
you
lizard person?
No.
You thought about it.
like, no, she told me no. Yeah, no, that's right. I talked to her
right.
once. I asked her once. So if you, again, going back to the series, because all this is based on this idea that the show is actually a cover-up for the actual Stargate programs, the Stargate itself is thousands of years old.
Right.
It's not a new device. Now, this next theory claims that these Stargates are thousands of years old, and they're just out for the public to see, but they're no longer operational.
Okay.
All right, so this comes from mysteriousuniverse.org. The article is Mysterious Portals and Stargates of the Ancient World. The first one is standing at the Hayu Marca in Peru is a structure that consists of 2 apparent stone archways, with one measuring exactly 22 feet by 22 feet, and another smaller one measuring about 7 feet high, both carved into sheer rock. While the structure is mysterious and fascinating enough as it is, the legends and rumors that surround it are even more so. The ancient Incas believed that the larger of the 2, quote, doorways was used by the gods to travel between worlds, whereas the smaller one was for mortals. And together they earned the name Puerta de Hayu Marca. I hope I didn't ruin that.
I'm sure you did.
I'm sure I did. Through a special ritual.
Well, hold on. Can you try?
No.
Do you want to give it a shot?
Okay, what is it?
It's right there.
Porta de Hayu Marca. Gotta say it with an accent.
Maca. Yeah.
You gotta say it with an accent.
If you say everything with an accent, foreigners can understand you. Yes.
What do you got?
Like, what kind of accent?
I don't know. Whatever
do you
comes
got?
to
What comes to your
whatever
mind?
your heart desires.
Porta de Hayu Marca.
I don't think it's Southern.
That
Maybe it is for them.
That's a lizard.
Oh, that's lizard
Oh,
speech?
that's lizard
Yes,
speech. Yeah.
lizard speech.
We're learning more about lizards.
Yeah.
because they're so real.
Well, Lizard Benny, the Gate of the Gods, which could supposedly only
do
be
that.
opened through a special ritual and a key shaped like a golden disc called the Key of the Gods of the Seven Rays.
It sounds like
I
a
want
D&D
that
campaign.
on my
I'm not even gonna
Yeah,
lie.
I want that on my wall.
Andy's over there
So-
taking notes for the next
yeah.
D&D campaign.
So over here we have a Lord of the Rings poster. That right there, that's a picture I took, in Keystone. And then over here we have the Key of the Gods of the Seven Rays. Yeah, that'd be amazing. Okay, which was said
All right,
to
wait,
have fallen
okay,
from
so-
the sky long ago.
Let me just. Is anybody
Okay.
else thinking of Land of the Lost?
Not
Like
at the moment, but
The
I am
li-
now.
Yeah, the little dinosaur people.
The lizard people and the pylons, which were the portals.
Oh my god.
Okay, continue.
I'm gonna have to watch that again.
Yeah,
because
I
I
don't
don't
remember
remember
that
that
scene.
at all.
Yeah,
Huh. Okay.
I am old.
Okay. Where was I?
Porta de
So-
Hayu Marca.
Yes.
Completely confused.
So
That's mostly my goal, just to
there-
confuse Gary
yeah.
the whole episode.
this gateway was allegedly used to great effect in the 16th century when Spanish explorers came through hunting for gold and other valuable treasure. According to the tale, one Incan priest named Amaru Maru decided that he was not going to let the gateway fall into Spanish hands. So he retreated to the doorway, performed the required rites, and inserted the key to open it. There then supposedly appeared a brilliant tunnel of light into which the priest disappeared off to the land of the gods, never to be seen again.
I feel like it's an episode of Stargate SGI.
Probably. SGI?
Yeah.
Okay.
SG1?
SG1. Yeah.
Stargate Atlantis.
You're like, that one I got right. Yeah, so this theory is that this gateway, it's carved out of stone, was actually activated by this golden disc that fell from the sky.
Okay.
That it was a portal to the realm of the gods, or what they would perceive as the realm of the gods.
I think I just did that in the new Assassin's Creed.
Did you?
Not even joking. The staff of Atlantis opens up a portal and to go into the realm of the gods where you meet Hecate and Persephone. And
There we go, guys. Confirmed.
I think that's their names.
Yeah. Stargate is real, and it's in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, and you go meet all the different gods.
What-
Hecate
but-
is how they pronounce it in the game. So Andy's shaking his head at me, and I never knew it was pronounced that way either. But in the game, it's just like Persephone is how they pronounce her name in there too. And I was like,
Are you
none
kidding?
of this, huh?
They actually pronounced the
Yeah,
name
I'm like,
that.
none of this sounds right.
Did they even did they Oh,
This is how the gods were pronouncing the names of each other, and I'm like, none of that sounds right.
you're
They
such
all
a
just-
Persephone.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And they're all
Yeah.
Isu, so they're all like a
Yeah.
foreign weird race, and
Persephone.
that's what they said in Hecate.
Persephone. So the voice
Yeah, that's
actor.
exactly. Okay, thank you. Andy's
yeah.
shaking his head. Like I didn't think any of that sounded right.
Yeah.
They said Apollo, right?
Oh, they got one right. That's nice.
Apollo.
Sounds
So
like
the-
something I would
yeah.
say. It's the Persephone.
So the voice actors basically went into the booth. They recorded it. Nobody was paying attention.
Like,
Like
Oh,
I'm sure you got it right. It's fine.
I think Moby might have something here.
What?
By doing that, they're all legally distinct. So that Ubisoft could potentially use them elsewhere and own the name. Think about that for a moment.
Yeah, but they're not copyrighted names.
Right, but if you pronounce it and spell it a little differently,
You can still use it because it's a historical name.
I'm just saying what the Twitch
you
chat
can't
said.
copyright history.
Anyway, back to Stargates.
Okay. Anyway, also in South America is the Gate of the Sun, located within the ancient ruins of the city of Tiahuanaco in Bolivia, which was once the capital of a great empire stretching from Bolivia all the way into Peru and Chile. The city is steeped in ancient lore, with the original inhabitants believing that the sun god, this is what I'm going to ruin, Viracocha? Viracocha?
I got you. I'm really good with
Viracocha?
this. Where is it at?
Right here.
Viracocha. That's probably not
Had
right.
chosen this location right there.
yeah. Don't
Viracocha.
not even going to try.
I'm
it.
just gonna say that.
Viracocha.
Had chosen this location to create the human race. And it was said that he used this gate to travel from one dimension or world to the other. The gate itself is an arc hewn from a single massive block of stone, so there's a similar theme here, which was etched onto its surface various images of strange winged figures with curled up tails and wearing what appeared to be helmets, as well as a carving of the sun god himself, complete with beams of light emanating from behind him as he dramatically wields two staves.
Two staves?
Staves. That's what it says.
Who wields two staves?
That guy.
That guy, yeah. He does.
Doom, doom, walking sticks.
So that's another potentially ancient Stargate.
Okay.
So the idea here is that the Stargates are no longer in operation, that there was another device needed to activate them, and that they're just empty stone archways now. But they were active at one point.
And could be active again. We just don't know how.
We just don't know how.
Right.
Exactly. As far as we know, it's just rock.
Right.
Stonehenge.
What about Stonehenge?
It's a Stargate. Inactive. It's a series of them circling around. They're inactive.
Oh, okay. So it makes travel. So it's like a bus station for
Right.
Stargates.
Stonehenge was a bus station of the Stargates.
Yeah. Yeah. So this
Y'all
is-
get in.
Yeah. So,
What? Why did you go full bus? He said bus station, and you're like, I am in a bus.
Yeah, it's a bus station. I'm driving a bus. Y'all get in.
Okay.
Correct change
All right.
only.
so
If you're traveling to the Stonehenge Stargate, keep in mind
So
we don't
the-
break down change.
right. The main thing that stands out to me so far with these ancient Stargates is that they are just made out of stone. So there are many people who firmly believe.
Are they stone gates?
Is that in reference to something?
Nope.
For a minute there, I thought he was being serious.
I think he maybe was. He's laughing it off now.
Right.
As a,
I
as,
have no
as a
idea
joke.
what I'm doing
Yeah.
at the time I'm on the show.
Yeah. So I think the only issue here is that they are just made out of rock. Now, if you showed me like a 4,000-year-old like gate of some kind,
Yeah.
and it had gears and levers,
Yes.
and if it was like intricate in some way, then there might be some weight to the idea.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that these are literally just single pieces of stone, there's no mechanics as far as we can tell at all.
So far, I'm liking the remote viewing idea better.
Yes,
That
yeah,
somebody
me too.
could
Yeah.
remote
No. See, because we don't know how it works doesn't mean that it doesn't work. You have alien people with their technology and their intelligence that come down and can turn these things on. We look at
But
it,
they're just stones.
to us, they're just stones.
So if I hand you a pet rock, you'll say, well, to an alien race, it might be alive and actually a pet. I just don't know how to feed it, so it died.
I don't think that's quite what your dad is saying. I think you're onto something. I think maybe they know how to use the material that the stone is made
Right,
of in a way
right.
that we don't.
Right.
Their
So we
technology
look at it and go,
requires-
well, no, where's the mechanics? Where's the gears? How
Right.
does the door open? Well,
Yeah,
we don't
they
know
don't need
that.
it.
Right.
They have a device that uses the stone itself as like a conduit for
Right.
something, which is why we can't get them to work now.
Yes.
That's actually a pretty good idea. Or maybe it's a different material. We think it's stone. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, is that to them, it's the right material
Right.
for activating the gate.
Yes.
But the real technology,
or just the material they had at the time,
Yeah.
4,000 years ago.
right?
We can make this work.
Yeah, basically.
MacGyver it.
MacGyver it. I think that's
Does
actually what
anyone
they
got
said.
a toothpick,
Yeah, that's-
paperclip, and some gum?
Make a bomb.
I've made a bomb.
That's actually what they said to each other. Think you can MacGyver it?
MacGyver.
Like, yeah.
I got you.
For the record, after our discussion a couple weeks ago about MacGyver, I've been trying to find it, and it's only apparently on Google Play unless you want to watch the new one, which is apparently good. But I want to watch Richard Dean Anderson with a mullet having to escape the wilderness.
And I have tried to watch the new one. No, I'm looking for Richard Dean Anderson.
I want Richard Dean Anderson.
Yes.
Why can't he even mentor the other one?
Right.
Didn't he have a son in the show, Gary?
I don't know. I never watched MacGyver.
What?
No.
Come on.
You don't believe me?
All right. Do you have a Swiss pocket knife?
No.
Oh, my Lord.
You're a bad MacGyver.
I have a Leatherman.
That's
not
not
the
the
same.
same. You're a bad
Not the same.
MacGyver.
I have this thing in my wallet that's like a screwdriver and a knife, and it's like all these things in one.
You're still a bad MacGyver.
Yeah. They wouldn't let me bring that on the plane.
Because you have one of those too?
Yes.
The little wallet thing? Yeah. Okay,
Dan
so...
got his confiscated. He was really upset.
Oh, I hated that.
He was really upset.
Little voice on the side. Oh.
So,
I'm so sad.
before we get into the more modern theories, other ideas on these ancient Stargates. Because the movies kind of combine all of them. It combines this idea that the government is currently running a Stargate program with the idea that the Stargate itself is ancient and it has gears and levers and things like that. So it really kind of amalgamates all of these different concepts.
I don't like the stone one. I do like the idea of the remote viewing.
Okay.
Kind of giving us access to the things.
Okay.
Because that is also something that's very difficult for us to prove, so it could very easily be going on, and we just wouldn't have evidence of it.
And what the actual Stargate program, the remote viewing Stargate program, has claimed is that anybody can remote view. It's just a matter of honing the ability.
So I was just at Mars.
How was it?
Very red.
What about the sky? Was it red?
Blue, actually,
blue.
because apparently NASA uses a filter on all of the photos of Mars to make you think it's red.
They did for the longest time.
Yeah. Did you know that?
Again, my tax dollars.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be on the show. The entire time you're going to be like, what have I been paying for?
Oh, yeah. So I can imagine a conversation between you and just this like IRS person. So how are you using my tax dollars?
Right.
Well, we're using your tax dollars to mislead you.
Yes.
And to invest in psychics.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Sucks.
It's okay.
Sucks. And he just leaves.
And he just leaves.
What sucks? And he walks in the door.
I want a refund. Well, yeah, refunds are a joke. So a persistent and bonkers conspiracy, actually, which I find hilarious that they would call it this, because I think this is one of the more plausible ones, or at least more interesting ones. A persistent and bonkers conspiracy is that the United States actually launched the Iraq War of 2003 for the purpose of getting their hands on the Stargate, an actual physical Stargate.
Not the oil? We went for a Stargate?
Yes, which was at the time...
I must have missed that briefing.
Yeah, I think you did, yeah. Which was at the time supposedly
You just weren't paying attention.
Hold on, but this is literally pertaining to this real quick.
Like,
They told me we're not going for oil, we're going for freedom, and I believed it was oil, and I went, but wasn't fully on board. If they had come to me and said, we are going to secure a Stargate, the Iraqis have one, I would have been like, let's do it!
It's true, yeah.
Like, let's get the Stargate!
That's a pretty...
Andy, no, join the army! Man, we're going for a Stargate!
Yeah. And Bin Laden was a lizard person.
Ah!
Actually, I think most of our troops would be a little more motivated.
That's what I mean.
And they would
a Stargate
yeah.
can go into space. Oh, I'm on board. Give me every magazine you have.
When in fact they're actually just going there for oil. But that's how you get people motivated. We're going in for a Stargate. Yeah!
I think a lot of people would be more motivated if they knew the truth, and instead of the spun stories.
Yeah, probably.
What
Well,
are we getting a Stargate
Look
for?
at he's ready to go back over here.
Yeah. Okay. Where was I? Which was at the time supposedly thought to have been moved to a cavern beneath one of Saddam Hussein's palaces, where the dictator had learned to harness its power. America...
I missed that.
See, that's all. Okay. All right. So America apparently got wind that Hussein had control of this powerful relic and moved in, thus starting the war. When Baghdad fell to American forces, the area happened to fall smack in the middle of the highly guarded and fortified Green Zone, which the conspiracy states is no coincidence. There have been a few whistleblowers who allegedly have come out of the woodwork to confirm that the U.S. What did we confirm last time? They're all just insiders?
Yeah.
There's like 100,000 insiders.
Everything was like due to an insider. We're like, how many insiders are leaking information? This is
exactly.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right.
We go to the insiders banquet, pass information around.
Guys, do you think we should be meeting at the Marriott? Should we be calling it the Insiders Banquet?
Well, we're just calling.
so.
We're just calling it a banquet. You don't need to know why we're there.
Yeah, you got to be an insider.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And of course, we did it at the Marriott. They have continental breakfast.
Yeah,
Jeez,
absolutely.
Gary.
Well, of course. All right, where was I again?
I like my Cheerios.
We were talking about
A few
the lizard people.
whistleblowers who allegedly have come out of the woodwork to confirm that the U.S. wanted access to this technology, including, I feel like the U.S. is like, wait, they have that? I want that.
Right.
Go get that.
Go get that.
Yeah. Including the Dan Burish, including one Dan Burish, who claims that he was part of a covert team that went into Iraq on a mission to find the portal. One researcher and advocate of this theory is a Dr. Michael Sala, who has said of America's desire to possess the Stargate and others like it thus. Essentially, more and more people are coming forward saying that they have been involved in these classified programs where these technologies are used quite regularly, and that they are found all over the planet. Wow. Iraq is just one place where they've found them. They are also located in places like Iran and Syria, which is why there is a push for America to go into Iran and intervene in the Syrian civil war. All this is very significant in what drives international conflict: Stargates.
So they're saying that all of our current wars and conflicts is to get Stargates.
Yes.
That I could kind of believe that
And they're
maybe-
just all over the world.
Right. I can kind of believe the concepts that maybe not Iraq, but that maybe not a Stargate's what I meant to say.
Okay.
But there is something other than oil because they claim to win in for freedom, and then everyone's like winning for oil. I could see the oil being a smokescreen for something.
Oh, sure.
Maybe not a Stargate, but something like a Stargate.
Because
or
it would be less expensive
Yeah.
to drill locally.
Yeah.
Period.
That's what I mean. So
Yeah.
I could totally see it was all a smokescreen
Right.
to get us in because of a Stargate.
Right.
Yes.
Being around the world, though, and us not knowing about it,
Right.
that I find a little harder to believe.
And that they're just riddled throughout the Middle East.
And like at this point, we would know of one or two at least that just don't work.
Unless it's like a puzzle piece. You need this
Okay.
one in order to find that one.
So now
like
we're
a
doing
scavenger
National
hunt.
Treasure
Right.
with Nick
Yeah.
Cage.
National Treasure
Yes.
for Stargates.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like National Treasure and Tomb Raider all wrapped into one.
All wrapped into one.
So
See,
so like, it's
and
one
again,
Stargate
right,
that's
and
been
again,
broken into 4 pieces.
right.
And
set all
we
over
need
the
to
world.
trap. So one's in Iraq, one's
Yeah.
in Iran, but it's between Iran and the Syrian war.
Yes.
So it's right in the middle of the border.
Right.
There's one weirdly in Russia.
Yeah.
And then there's one in Stonehenge.
Yes.
It's buried in the middle.
Yes.
Well, why can't we have one over here? Or
Because-
maybe we do.
That is a 5 pieces,
yeah.
actually. So from what I know, been building a nether portal in Minecraft, there's 9 pieces to make one. So
Okay.
there's 9 pieces scattered across the world.
Yes.
And then you just need a lighter. And once you put them on, you just go like lighter, and it makes
But that doesn't line up with this idea that
like
Saddam
termite
Hussein
foam.
was actually harnessing the power of the Stargate. I think if he was doing that, he may have had like a leg up in
weird aliens just come out in the middle of the Iraqi war.
Yeah, I'm just saying that if that
Again,
were
like
true,
Land of the Lost.
Yeah.
Sorry.
that's
Go
all
ahead.
right. No,
Continue.
it's fine. Land
That's
of the
what
Lost.
they're very off.
Land of the Lost. Well, anytime he mentions it, I'm like, oh wait, that show. Oh yeah, that's right. What do I remember about that show? Not a whole lot.
But you have all of this: Land of the Lost, Tomb Raider, Stargate,
National Treasure.
Natural
National
Treasure,
Treasure.
all of this to throw off the actual truth. Because
Sean
think of all the
Bean
stuff
is at the
that we
center of
have
it
just
all.
pulled together because you're talking about this.
Yeah. So what we're
Chat is
saying,
informed
what we're
that
actually,
it's 10 pieces to make another portal. They'd like you to know that.
okay, good. So what we're saying is Tomb Raider, Stargate,
Yes.
National Treasure, all
Yes.
those are just covers.
All covered. Don't forget
For
Land of the Lost.
Land of the Lost is a cover
Is a cover.
for the actual conspiracy theory.
Yes.
That Benny is a lizard person.
Yes.
Did anybody see
It
the
is
movie
really
where
weird.
Bruce Campbell got stranded on a planet full of alien bugs that enslaved a bunch of people, and he had to break free and create a rebellion to fight the bugs?
Isn't it called
What do you think
Star
that's a
Trooper?
cover up for?
What?
What
Isn't
do you
it
think
called
that's a
Star
cover
Trooper?
up for?
Bruce Campbell's actual like pastime?
Killing bug.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers. That's it.
Starship Troopers, yeah. All right, so moving on. Actually, no, let's talk about this one just a little bit more, just a couple more minutes, because I think this one is
Well,
interesting.
we're actually
I don't
gone
know.
pretty
That-
long here for a while.
How
so-
long are we at? What are
I'm
we at?
running out of
36
references.
minutes. Okay.
We haven't even
Are
talked,
you?
We haven't even talked about Star Trek yet.
We haven't started.
Star Trek doesn't have a Stargate. Don't mix your sci-fi shows. By the way, he's a Star Trek fan, not a Star Wars fan.
Me too. Wait, your
I-
dad is?
Wait.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, me too.
No, I like Star Wars.
Well,
No.
no, you can. What he means is like you're more of a Trekkie than I don't know what do you
A
call
Warzian.
it? A Warzian.
I made that up.
Actually, I don't know as much about either of them as you guys do.
I'm a Whovian.
I just like to watch the TV.
We put on his favorite shows at night. He's good for the evening.
All right, this next section. This next section comes from Gaia.com. The article is Stargates and Hidden Portals on Earth and in Space. This first version or concept of a Stargate frightens me like
Okay.
nobody's business.
Can I read your
It's
notes?
it's like the air bombs.
I
When
wanna-
we
I
talked
wanna read
about
so I can see your facial reaction.
when we talked
Gotta
about
read
the sure.
No,
Just-
go ahead. You're
No,
right.
it's
Go for
fine.
it.
No, it's fine. If you want to read it.
No, go for it. Go for it. Sorry, too late
Okay.
now. Too late.
Yep.
It's too late.
Did I
doesn't-
offend you with my
You've ruined it.
pause?
He
You
doesn't
ruined
know
it.
how to read.
I don't know how to
So,
read.
In 2015, NASA admitted that the idea of Earth portals, areas on the planet that instantly teleport human beings from one place to another, are a reality that they have been studying for quite some time now. One of NASA's spacecraft, the Themis, and cluster probes, thank you, cluster probes from Europe have amassed enough observational data to confirm that a magnetic Stargate portal exists in many locations. Usually, these are found where the faraway geomagnetic field bumps up against the passing solar wind. The result is a direct pathway between the Earth and the Sun.
Don't step into that Stargate.
Yeah, basically, and I'm pretty sure what they're saying is that these like exist really high up in the atmosphere. These aren't occurring down here. That these are happening up in the atmosphere where a magnetic field and the solar winds meet.
A journey to the sky and throw Gary into a Stargate into the sun.
That's mean.
But no. But what about
I don't know how I feel about
what
that.
about this Stargate in the sun?
What if there's a base in the sun and that's where the space Nazis are?
That's where they went. Not the Hollow Earth.
Nope.
Not the
hollow sun.
Yeah, not working with the Dracos in some distant galaxy.
Nope.
The Hollow
Which is
Sun.
a lizard person
Did you just
race.
say Hollow Sun?
The hollow sun.
The Hollow Sun.
The hollow sun.
Which is a hologram.
Which is, it's
As
actually
well.
just a hologram.
But you
Yeah.
have a Stargate at, let's say at the sun, not in the sun, because it's kind of hot up there. So you have a Stargate at the sun that will teleport you to another solar system, another sun,
So sun to sun travel?
sun to sun.
You get a hell of a tan.
Would.
That's what you get out of that? Not that could revolutionize space travel?
No.
What a tan.
What a
What
tan.
what a tan.
I bronzed very well.
See? And we are sending
man.
probes to Mars, working our way to the sun in that portal.
Okay, so what is the Montagu?
What?
Montagu.
I'm not there yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're jumping
Quit reading
ahead,
ahead.
Benny.
That's why I took my
reading
glasses
ahead.
off. I can't see a thing.
Yeah. So in March 2015, NASA launched its magnetospheric multi-scale mission.
Very good.
You try and say that because
Yeah.
That's why they shorten it to MMS. That, among other things, is tasked with studying these portals to gain a deeper understanding of them.
Is that
Excuse me.
classified?
Apparently. Most of these are small with short lives. So these portals are very small and they appear very sporadically. Though others have been observed as gaping holes with sustained lifespans, opening and closing numerous times during the day. Magnetic forces mingle, allowing their crackling energy particles to flow between the Earth and the Sun. These meeting points, called X points, of course they're called X points. That's awesome. By NASA, have been pinpointed by scientists using polar data. See, I had no idea that these things existed. Apparently, NASA has come out and said that these things exist. These are like,
So I can throw you into the sun.
I'd rather you not. It's kind of a one-way trip. It's
No,
not like,
I think you'll be fine.
yeah, Gary, let us know when you find, on your way back.
On
You
your
know.
way back with the
What'd
Yeah.
you find?
Yeah.
Nothing.
What'd you find?
fire.
It was hot.
Yes. But I got a great tan.
I bronzed very well.
Yes. All right. So nobody else is like bothered by this? That these portals to the sun?
No, because if like let's say I'm just walking down the street and
Yeah.
it just opens and I'm like whomp, I wouldn't even know what happened. I would burn up so quick.
It's true.
It's
yeah.
like spontaneous combustion. That's what that is. You're
That's,
teleporting to the sun and you're burning up and you're coming back.
wow. 1 + 1 = 2. That's amazing. That's actually a pretty
I
good theory.
solved it.
No,
Mic
that's
drop. I'm done.
that's a pretty good theory, actually. Benny, where are you going?
I mic dropped. That's supposed to leave.
He's done.
So that's actually a pretty good theory, actually. I didn't even think about connecting that.
Yeah.
That's spontaneous human combustion, which would be another great topic. Are these like sun portals?
It just opened up over you and you burned.
Even for like a split second.
Yep, I mean,
was-
that's all it
was
would
hot
take
enough.
in the
That's
sun.
all it would take, yeah.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Okay.
That or dragons.
That's more plausible.
Reconnaissance.
It's the Dracos.
Dragos.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the Dracos that the Nazis are working with.
Swing back around to the lizard people.
Always. Everything.
go.
Actually, you're not wrong. Everything comes back to the lizard people eventually.
Yes.
Everything.
Have you been to North Carolina?
It's very hot.
The Montauk Project located at Montauk, Long Island,
take
New
that
York.
as a no.
Montauk Air Force Station, also known as Camp Hero, was the site of the Montauk Project. Let's say that 4 more times. An extension of the famed Philadelphia experiment.
Located at the Montauk, Long Island, New York, Montauk Air Force Base Station, also known as Camp Hero, was the site of the Montauk Project. Located at Montauk, Long Island, New York, Montauk Air Force Station. God damn it. Okay.
Okay, this United States government-backed research project sought to further substantiate data on magnetic fields and their psychological effects. Once secret funding was received from the Department of Defense, various experiments were conducted, including the creation of a dimensional portal that enabled researchers to travel to far-flung locales. As a result of their success, researchers also developed a time tunnel in which I can imagine like going on this project and going into one of these tunnels and saying like, I took the time tunnel.
If I want to do a time tunnel, I would just be singing in my head, ooh, Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I know you've seen it.
I know what you're saying.
You've seen it.
Yeah.
Hey, Gary?
Yeah.
I just
Dun, 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 dun.
You ruined it. That was not it at all.
I just had a light bulb on it.
What?
That's why I'm deaf in this ear.
Oh, yeah, that's probably
Benny?
why.
Yeah.
He always sits on your left.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense. As a result of their success, researchers also developed a time tunnel in which contact was made with aliens through time, as well
Also
as
in Doctor Who.
as well as underground tunnels and brain reprogramming methods. That's not scary.
Also in Doctor Who.
In another notable incident, because that's not notable, a flying saucer became stuck in the. Okay, I like this one. A flying saucer became stuck in the Montauk underground tunnels.
Also in Doctor Who.
with its
not.
alien crew, and I love this, demanding a crystal needed to repair the engine so they could leave. Hey guys, we got a little stuck here.
Yo, give me a crystal.
Yeah, they're just staring at us. Why are they just staring at us? Don't you know we need a crystal? I can imagine like, yeah, you need to narrow it down a little bit.
If my brain worked, I could come up with that show as well. They need the crystals. Dilithium crystals. There we go.
Yeah,
Star
there you
Trek.
go. Star Trek, yeah.
Hey.
So you know something about Star Trek?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of those brain cells just bumped into each other.
Dunk. Oh, an idea.
That's it.
All right, so that's interesting. Time tunnels, space tunnels, and an alien ship just stuck in one of these tunnels.
And
All
then
right.
that is where they built Disney World. Around, they had to hide.
What?
They had to hide the spaceship.
Yeah.
That was
Star Wars
much
land.
farther than my
Star
Doctor
Wars
Who
land.
leap.
Star Wars land.
My
yeah.
Doctor Who leap at least made sense for the shows, Con. You went to Disneyland.
No, his theory actually was like grounded
Disney
in
World.
reality.
So
You
was
were
Doctor
just
Who.
referencing Doctor Who and singing the song in my ear.
Wait a minute. How are we going to hide this? It's a small world
After all, yep. They
So
gave
those
the,
are all aliens?
yeah, they gave them full-time jobs.
Yep.
Yeah, and okay. It's like, so we'll give you your crystal.
Thank you.
Not really.
We
But
went
we'll
back
give
to
you your
that one.
crystal. Yeah, if you perform this bit
Spun back around.
in this tunnel. The military and space portal research. It should be no surprise to learn that the military is both a conduit and a supporter of space portal research. That's not a surprise.
No,
at all.
I would believe that actually. Yeah.
Yes, with billions. Okay, here more tax dollars being spent with
Thank you.
billions of dollars in research funding funneled to various projects by the Department of Defense. A significant amount was earmarked to allow the military to establish a Stargate portal. During the Iraq War, so we're coming back around to the Iraq War under the guise of searching for weapons of mass destruction.
Dude, I called this.
This theory states that we weren't there for oil; we were there for
called this!
WMDs. But instead, then President George W. Bush invaded
Mic drop.
that country in an effort to control a dimension portal and stop extraterrestrials from annihilating humankind or culling the world's population.
I totally called this
We have one more to go.
15 minutes ago.
Only this sounds more noble. Like, we're not there to acquire a Stargate because apparently Hussein had one.
Right.
Like, what does he have over there? Oh, it's a Stargate. I want one.
Oh, that would be a George W.
Yeah,
Bush.
that-
though.
I was going to say, I
Yeah.
could totally see
Yeah.
W doing that. Yeah.
You mean to tell me that he has a Stargate?
Yes.
This is not Bush. I don't know what president this is
What
supposed to be.
Eisenhower.
I
don't
demand
know.
we get me a Stargate because my daddy said I could have one.
My daddy said I could have one. He literally said, read my lips.
Not very far off.
You will have a Stargate. All right.
Nuclear.
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 And we wonder, yeah. All right, last one. and this one's creepy. Skinwalker.
Like the rest of them haven't been.
Actually, some of them, like the portals to the one-way trip to the sun that just
Right.
randomly pops up.
Why does that terrify you?
Right.
Because it's a random one-way trip to the sun.
But you're okay with lizard people.
I'm totally okay
Oh,
with
yeah.
it. Lizard people I can talk to. I can potentially reason with.
Or
But you
make
don't
a,
even know you've been teleported to the sun.
and if
That's
you
what's
can't,
frightening.
if you can't talk to them, you can make a lamp.
It's
I just want to point out this
Wait,
would be a lot
Make
better.
a lamp? Like we keep them as pets?
No, skin them. Alligator boots,
Oh.
lizard people boots,
Oh.
lizard people belts.
That's why they want to destroy us.
I wonder
Like-
if we were to start a business and just make it crocodile skin, but call it lizard people.
Lizard people.
How many do you think we would sell?
How many lizard people would come out of the woodwork to shut you down?
Then you could see them.
Then you can
Have
see
you ever watched? Haven't you ever watched Swamp People?
No.
Shoot them! Shoot them! I would like to say that this would go a whole lot better if we were to break open one of those bottles over there.
That's that. You literally have to go about 15 more minutes, and you
No.
can drink all you want.
Knobs Creek.
All right.
I know, but I'm just for some reason that's where I'm focused, right there on the
For
bottles.
some reason, I'm
What you
focused
guys
on the
can't see on the
alcohol.
podcast or the show, and that is very loud, is directly to the left is where we keep all the liquor for the other shows.
Okay.
Because we've moved the set into the office where we keep all the booze. So
Yep.
my dad is just eyeballing liquor
Booze.
this whole show.
Yeah.
Look at the Kraken.
If you want me to get rid of that white bottle for you, I can take that.
No, we
Yeah, you
just,
can take that on.
we'll just bring that right on over here.
Because nobody likes it. I like it. All right. Skinwalker. You like it? Oh, you did. Okay.
All right, stop interrupting.
This is the last one. This. What was that name of that show that you kept distracting me with?
Duh. Land of the Lost.
Land of the Lost.
Land of the Lost.
Yeah. If you want to distract Gary, just say Land of the Lost. I'm
Land
like,
of
oh
the Lost.
yeah, I remember that show. Okay, what is Benny doing?
Yeah, what are you?
It actually worked.
A boozed up father's probably going to be better. Keep going. This doesn't
Better.
involve you.
A booze up father is going to be better.
Father.
Nuts. Okay. This last one, Skinwalker Ranch, because that's where you want to live. Located in Uinta County. Uinta?
Right.
Yeah, Uinta County in Utah. Skinwalker Ranch, also called UFO Ranch, is, I like that name, that's a little more friendly, is one of the state's most famous areas of paranormal activity. With a history dating back more than 50 years, Skinwalker Ranch has been the site of paranormal activities such as crop circles, poltergeists, UFOs, direwolf sightings,
See?
glowing orbs, and other extraterrestrial occurrences.
Is the direwolf sightings from Game of Thrones? Does
No,
that
but I
confirm
knew that's where you were.
dragons?
It confirms. Actually, he was right. Spontaneous human combustion is dragons.
The
Yes.
best part about me making that reference is not you knowing I was going to go there.
Yeah.
Is Andy rolling his eyes and sighing off camera.
Over what? You going there?
Yeah, the moment I said Game of, he went,
Cheers.
Oh, for the. All right, the family who owned the ranch from 1994 until 1996, only 2 years.
real quick, our chat has dubbed his drink conspiracy juice.
Conspiracy juice.
Oh, I like
Oh, yeah.
that.
Whiskey is conspiracy juice.
Conspiracy juice.
Yes. Yeah. Whiskey, YouTube. Great combo. The family who owned the ranch from 1984 until 1996 reported that cattle on the ranch were found mutilated or they simply vanished into thin air. Piercing red eyes glared at them from oversized animals that did not appear to be injured even when shot with bullets. I would only have that farm for 2 years as well. Respected
I charge
business-
admission.
You charge admission, yeah. Go ahead, shoot it. It won't hurt it.
See what happens. Go ahead.
Respected businessman Robert T. Bigelow believed so strongly that activities such as these were important to the survival of the planet that he formed the National Institute for Discovery Science, NIDS, and staffed it with top scientists in the field in 1996.
Top men.
What?
And so we're going to get the top men on this.
The top men. Is that
Dan
a
got it.
reference?
He's giggling.
What is that? Was that from something?
What is it actually from, Dan?
Indiana Jones.
Is it Indiana Jones?
Oh,
Dan's-
okay.
Andy filled us
Okay.
in.
It's been a little
We're going
while
to get the
since
top men on this.
Okay. In 1996, the organization acquired the ranch in order to study its paranormal activity in depth. Numerous unexplainable events were chronicled, including Stargates that emitted magnetic fields that were highly destructive. Do I want to be on the Earth anymore?
No, if you
After
look
all
at
these
all of our
conspiracy
other theories,
theories,
the
yeah.
Earth is hollow, it's got Nazis in it, the lizard people are going to take over.
There are Stargates and one-way like portals to
Stargates,
the sun.
it's also flat, and we're on the back of a turtle.
Yeah.
And on the other side of the moon, there's aliens building an army.
And all of this is a simulation.
And all of
This
it is a simulation.
One messed up simulation.
Didn't we just see that in the Pikachu movie? On the back of a turtle?
Well, now you're spoiling the movie.
I didn't say anything. It's just the turtles. All I said.
So, Stargates riddle the Earth, and there are portals, one-way portals to the sun. And there's a ranch where people just shoot random big red-eyed animals.
Where was his ranch?
Actually, I think it was I don't think they were big. It was a big animal. I think it was a temporary storage space for the giant blue Bronco at DIA.
Yes!
Hence the red eyes and the lack of harm when shot with bullets.
As far as your actual theories go at the start,
Yes.
I believe that there could be a Stargate.
Okay.
Maybe
Like
not
the-
a
like
Stargate,
the
but
idea-
a portal. Yeah, a
Okay.
portal that would link a planet to another
Okay.
planet.
Okay.
And if we do believe the concepts of ancient aliens and stuff like that,
Right.
if we can back those, the
Yes.
idea that there would be a basically not functioning gate that would return to their home world is very plausible.
Yes.
In order for this to be very
Because
viable,
they took the device with them or something.
right.
Yeah.
So, but in order for this to be viable, you would also have to then kind of believe in the thought process of ancient aliens or
Yes.
aliens in general.
Yes.
So because I do believe that there are aliens out there and there's things that we
Sure.
can't explain, I do believe
Okay.
this could be something. Do I believe that there's wars fighting over them? No.
No.
I don't think we know of a Stargate. If anything, it's Stonehenge is one, if anything, but
Yeah, what really amazes me about all these different theories is how frequently our own government comes out and admits that, oh yeah, so a few decades ago we spent millions of dollars researching this thing that we sort of heard about. That may or not have been real, like psychics and Stargates and things like that. Like our government is consistently admitting we spent your tax dollars pursuing the paranormal.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
It sucks.
What are your
But
what are your
ask.
thoughts? Yeah, what are your thoughts?
I was going to say, let me ask you, why not? Why?
If it gives us the upper hand.
Well, I was going to say, but
Yeah.
why shoot it down because we just don't know about it?
Right.
You can't get into my house without my key.
Right.
You can't use this portal without the key. We just don't have the key.
Right.
That doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
So we should spend millions of tax dollar money.
creating a key.
All right. So the answer to your question, yes, we should spend millions of dollars. The thing that makes me, the old man in me, mad is we all know that a lot of those dollars aren't going for what we're saying they're going to.
Well, no.
And they're being...
We also don't really have a say in
Exactly.
what our tax dollars go to.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Ultimately.
so, it takes $1 million for us to go out there and take a look at it.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. It's because they got to take their private jets and things like that.
And we have to pay those salaries. All right,
Yes,
I'll be
we do.
quiet.
That's all right. No.
I feel like
don't
he's
be
going
quiet.
into a different rant, Gary.
I think so, too. This has become
The conspiracy juice is leading him in
yeah,
the wrong direction.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what
Juice?
grinds my gears?
Knobs Creek?
Knobs. Okay.
We're going to tell that story if there isn't a topic
Right.
why he keeps repeating Knobs Creek. It's
Knobs Creek?
Yeah,
It's a
there's-
story.
There's an actual
It's a
story
reference
behind
to
it.
something.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's an inside joke between me, Andy, and our dad. We're going to make everyone in on it in a minute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were
No, we're
saying
not.
just to
Yeah,
troll.
we
me.
are.
Know what? Yes. All right. We'll put that to bed right now.
That you're a senile, creepy man?
Yes.
Okay.
That was it?
That was it.
We'll explain it in a minute. We'll explain it in a minute.
Okay. So what are your final so your final thoughts are if it exists and makes sense if it exists that it makes sense that our government would spend our tax money.
If it
Our tax
exists,
dollars.
all right. So let's go there for 1 second.
Yeah.
If it exists and if it can benefit us, let's go get it.
Yeah. Even if
Dad
it's
said you can have one, right, Bush?
yeah, even if it's even if we've just barely caught wind that this thing might exist, we don't want it in the hands of Hussein. Or did want it. in the
Well,
hands,
yeah. Well, now you're going political.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Hussein the madman? No, we got to go get that thing away from him.
Exactly.
He can
So,
teleport to
right.
a foreign planet. He doesn't have this.
If our government, so more of an updated analogy, if we learn today that there's a rumor, like the slightest rumor from one of these insiders, that North Korea might have a Stargate,
Yes.
we better go get that thing.
Better go get that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be a quick invasion.
That would be, yeah. Probably a fairly public one too. Yes.
Under the guise of
Oil. Under the guise of.
under the guise of we can't let him have nuclear weapons.
Yep.
That's it. Yeah.
Nuclear.
I can see
Nuclear.
that.
Yeah.
Nuclear.
Okay, so my final thoughts on the whole concept behind the Stargate is that, yes, I think if Stargates are real, if there are more than one and our government has access to them, yes, release a movie or a TV show basically divulging all that information. Change names, change locations.
Yep.
Richard Dean Anderson.
Yeah, Richard Dean
Dean
Anderson. Yes.
Yes.
And yeah, so there's another theory which I might go into, that
Lizard
a lot
people.
of movies that are released that the government or the Illuminati,
Yep.
okay, for those of you who believe that, are actually in control of Hollywood, and they are intentionally releasing these movies for the
Distraction.
distraction and for the sake of plausible deniability.
Yes.
That Men in Black, the movie, exists
Yep.
for plausible deniability.
Right.
And the list goes on. Stargate. And I think that's very, again, plausible. That we would be intentionally releasing these movies funded by potentially the government
Right.
in order to distract people.
Yes.
So that if anything comes out, they can just say, well, they're just referencing our TV show. They're just referencing this movie.
Right.
The Matrix. I don't
Yep.
know. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. So do I believe that a Stargate exists? Maybe not here. I think an alien civilization could definitely figure it out.
Oh yeah.
In fact,
I mean, it's just a portal.
it's just a portal.
Easy.
You open them all the time.
I do. Portal opens. I don't have any ads for the show, so I have a thing I can open up a portal and we get ads.
Ultimately, a sufficiently advanced enough civilization would aim for a technology like that instead of simple spaceship-based travel.
Yeah.
Because if you can get from point A to point B instantaneously without firing up a spaceship and traveling for months or years on end, why not do that?
Imagine if we could connect Mars to here.
Yeah, exactly. That would be the ultimate form of travel.
Yeah.
And then you set up larger ones in space.
What if we
and-
set
yeah.
up one to here, from here to Disney World?
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Let's get on that. That's your next project. Not redecorating Disney World.
Where's Houston? I have a new list.
So that, guys, ladies and gentlemen, is basically the theory, is that Stargate, the movies, or the program, or whatever you want to call it, is based on a number of other theories kind of all wrapped up into one. Ancient ones, modern ones, and so on. Some of them are just more psychic than others.
Yep. Definitely.
So, yeah. All right, close this out.
I am
Benny.
now psychically ending the show. All right. You got the messages. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Oh, wait, where can they find us?
They can find us at Tales of Earth, the YouTube channel, or on our patreon.com/comicstorian, where all of our projects go up early access over there for only $1. You can get this one early access as well. You can also find us at twitch.tv/eligiblemonster every Monday at about 2 p.m. Eastern doing this show live. And you can find him at Film Circuit on YouTube and on Twitter.
Yep.
And you can find me right here at Tales of Earth, and on my personal channel, Benny Potter, and my personal Instagram, Benny's Adventures, and my personal Twitter, The Benny Potter. I gotta fix my branding.
Yeah.
Who am I?
Where can we find your dad?
I
Yeah,
know
where are
who
you?
I know you
Where are you?
Who are you?
I'm right here.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you guys next time right here at Tales of Earth.
Thank you.